It's time for Fifth and Goal with Jax Sanford, interviewing all of the area high school coaches on last week's game and their upcoming opponent. Let's go live now to Mystic Grill at Mystic Creek Golf Club. Here's your host, Jax Sanford.
Head coach for the Strong football team. And Coach, let's go ahead and jump into it. And from my understanding, you got a win last Friday, 22-6 at Dermott.
Right.
And now you talked a little bit about how it was a hostile environment in a way. And can you just explain to us a little bit more about that and how your guys were able to overcome that?
Yeah, we've had a pretty decent rivalry with them in basketball, football the last few years. They picked up football, started 3 years ago, and they hadn't had football since 2010, I believe. So they came back when we started doing 8-man. And it's just a pretty rugged environment over there. It's kind of like Strong, you know. It's they had a good crowd. And last year they had some kids get ejected for trying to pick a fight with our guys, and nothing happened like that this year. It was just a little chippy every now and then, but nothing major happened, and we got out of there without anything really bad happening.
Okay, good. And so you guys won 22-6. What did your defense do so well to hold them to just 6 points?
Yeah, they've played 5 games and they've scored 56, 42, 36, and one other game they were in the 30s, and one game they scored 6. We have a lot of team speed, and our guys watched a lot of film and were pretty ready for what they were going to do to us, and we tackled really well in space. That was the biggest thing, because they kind of spread us out a lot, and we knew they were going to do that, and we tackled really well. Yeah.
There are coaches all around the state that would probably give their firstborn child for a team that can tackle in open space. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome to hear. That means that you've got some guys with discipline, guys that are taking instruction well, and guys that are athletes, because it's not always easy to get that wrap-up tackle.
Yeah.
And so what did your offense do so well? I mean, you put up 22 points. So what did your offense do well against them?
It's funny. Last year we averaged about 42 points a game, and it was 0-0 at half.
Oh wow.
0-0. And I thought last week we lost over 40 touchdowns just off last year's team from 2 players. So we're still trying to figure out who's going to be the man, so to speak, and I'm still trying to figure out what plays to call in the right situations for the different kids. So it was 0-0, and then second half we just decided we're just going to run straight at them. We still spread the ball out, but we were trying to throw the ball too much, and that's partly my fault. And we settled down, and as soon as we got the ball the second half, 4 plays and we scored. And we just methodically moved the ball down the field, and that was a big adjustment. We moved it in the first half. We had 3 chances inside the red zone, and we fumbled twice, and one time they stopped us on 4 downs. And so we had chances in the first half. We could have put up 40 pretty easily, but for this group in the first game, they fought through that and got into a groove second half.
Yeah. And so was there any kind of specific issue with the fumbles? What have you addressed this week in practice regarding that?
It was both of our running backs were running with the ball not tight. And that's what in the last 2 days we've put them through a lot of drills. That was not common for those guys either. They didn't fumble any last year. So and Dermott they hit us, and that doesn't mean you drop the ball though. So we've been working on that, and I'm pretty sure we've fixed the issue.
Okay, good. And is there anything else that you specifically want to improve on as you go into the rest of the season?
Yeah, we got to be able to protect when we want to pass the ball. Dermott, even though they're not real disciplined, like I said, they have a ton of speed, and they came off the ends hard, and we can block them. which is why the run game worked the second half. But we got to be able to pass block better. We want to throw the ball some, and we've been working on the last couple of days. So
yeah, and it's okay if you don't have specific stats, but around what were your running and passing stats?
We had 268 yards rushing. We only threw the ball 5 times, had 2 completions. That's kind of normal for 8-man football, and we just don't throw the ball that much. We do when we have to. So we were heavy rush, and that's about where we are. We'll be between 250 and 300 yards rushing if we're doing correctly pretty much every game.
Okay, that's good. And again, you said with 8-man football, it's a little bit narrower of a field.
Right, and same length. It's 100 yards, but it's about 12 yards on each side that's more narrow. So what you see a lot, like the way we play it, and Dermott played it too, they break everybody up, and there's not really a safety. So either you got to block them, break through, and you may score. So, and it happened a lot in the second half.
Yeah, and a lot of people want, and it still is this way to a degree, but just air it out every time in 8-man. That's what they do in 7-on-7, and a lot of people don't realize that it's a narrower field, and it's not just a whole bunch of open space.
Not at all. And the thing is, that's a good theory. It's gonna air it out. Blocking in 8-man football is very difficult because mostly you're a small team. You probably don't have a lot of coaches sit there able to coach the linemen all the time. And teams can take it. You put 4 receivers out there, they can bring 4 people, and you only have 3 people to block. So it's a problem. You got to get rid of it quick, and that means you can't just air it out down the field. You got to throw a lot of sideways passes, what you see a lot in 8-man.
Right.
You don't see a ton of deep stuff. It's a lot of short, slants, bubble screens, that kind of thing.
Okay. And so, Coach, you're going to play this week at home against Woodlawn, and we're going to talk about that just a little bit more after we take a quick word from our sponsors here at SouthArkansasNow.com.
At Karl Malone Power Sports El Dorado, we've got the biggest selection of ATVs, UTVs, and motorcycles ready to ride today. Take advantage of special financing, unbeatable trade-in values, and service you can trust to keep you on the trails. Whether it's work, play, or pure adrenaline, we've got the machine to fit your lifestyle. Karl Malone Power Sports El Dorado, where selection, savings, and service all deliver. Come see us today.
Located on 1,400 acres amidst Union County's scenic timberlands, LSB Industries' largest manufacturing facility and its employees have been a part of the El Dorado community for more than 40 years. Working together as one team, we are proud to call El Dorado home.
And welcome back to Mystic Creek here at the Mystic Grill, where I'm sitting here with Coach Jason Porter, the head coach for the Strong Bulldogs. Coach, you're going to face off against Woodlawn at home this Friday. And first, before we get started, can you just tell me what you expect to see overall from a Woodlawn team?
Traditionally, and there's no difference. They're really physical. They're going to be really big. Pretty disciplined. They won't be as fast as we are, but they're going to be really physical, just like they always are. So
that tracks. And so, when Woodlawn is on offense and you guys are on defense, what can the people in the stands expect to see whenever that's the case? They
have a new coach this year, Doug Means. He actually used to coach at Norflet, so he's kind of a familiar name for some people. They'll run out of the eye to get you settled in. And they do have a new quarterback that came from Rising that's a little taller, can throw the ball. They'll get into a spread, but they still like to run it out of that spread. They don't throw a lot of deep passes. On the passes they throw will be short slants. But typically they're still going to try to run the ball 80% of the time.
Okay. And then vice versa. When you guys are on offense, what can the people in the stands expect to see from their defense?
They're going to probably be in a 3 front. We call it an 8-man, a 33. So they have 3, 3, and 2. And that's just basic. We're going to be faster than them, and that way they'll have more safeties, so to speak. And they'll bring, usually one blitzer from one side or the other. We don't really know where to come from. And it'll be more of a loose type zone type deal. They won't bring as much pressure as Dermott did. So you'll see it'll look like they're more spread out, is what you would see.
Okay. And obviously don't give away too much of the game plan here, but do you expect to do a lot more running up the middle on them than anything, or do you expect to be able to get out to the outside with your faster guys?
Traditionally, with the way they play that three front, and on film they've done the same thing. We're gonna test the edge. I mean, they're gonna try not to let us get there, and we're still gonna test it. And if they stop it, they gotta give up something. They can't just do both of them.
Right.
So it's just gonna be us calling the right plays when they're in the wrong defense, and we're gonna test both.
Okay. Awesome. And is there anything else that you really want to focus on as you finish out practice this week, as you go through practice tomorrow and then walkthroughs on Thursday?
Yeah, we've been working on a lot of our screen games. We really haven't done much. We didn't do any of that last week. I feel like it'll at any point then come up and just shock people. 8-man football especially, you get people flowing one side, they go all out, and you can throw back to the backside. And then we're really gonna be working on a lot of onside kicks. They onside every time.
Oh.
So we're kind of used to that, but we got to really focus more on recovering every one of them. This is probably gonna be left. I think this is gonna be the toughest game. They're really good. So just keeping the boys' heads on straight and focused on what we're doing, what we're going to do. So.
Okay. All right. Well, Coach, I appreciate you taking the time to be out here tonight, and go Dogs.
All right.
And we'll take a quick break at southarkansasnow.com.
More product than ever in the store history. That's what's happening at Union Kennel and Farm Supply. A huge sale is going on right now, including 50-pound bags of deer corn, only $6.50 per bag. 50-pound bags of rice bran, marked $1 off. No one, absolutely no one, has a better selection of small animals, birds, reptiles, saltwater and freshwater fish than Union Kennel and Farm Supply. 1100 West Hillsboro in El Dorado. Or call 870-864-9229.
Bad things happen, and of course, they never happen at the right time. Maybe it's just a little bump and cosmetic damage, or it's turned into a huge insurance claim, and you just don't know where to go next. That's why so many of your neighbors and friends call on Cook's Body Shop in El Dorado. From the minor to the major, Cook's Body Shop is in your corner. Need someone to help you deal with insurance? Look to Cook's. Need advice on what to do next? Look to Cook's. Need a free estimate? Look to Cook's. Bad things are going to happen, and when they do, look to Cook's.
Homes are typically heated or cooled 24/7, 365, using nearly half of all home energy. That new stainless steel refrigerator may look cool, but upgrading to the quietest and most efficient HVAC system can have much greater rewards. Choose a system with a Wi-Fi-enabled thermostat, so the most important appliance in the house is also the smartest, allowing you to set the perfect comfort level from anywhere. Presented by Lennox. Learn what perfect feels like at Lennox.com.
Welcome back to Mystic Creek, where we are at the Mystic Grill. I've got Coach Byron Jones, the Junction City defensive coordinator, the man, the myth, the legend around South Arkansas.
I wouldn't say I'm a legend, kind of just a laid-back guy, Just
Man, Coach Jones, it is such an honor to have you on, and just great to have you on here and get to talk about some Junction City football.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, and so, Coach, first things first, let's talk about it. This past Friday, you guys got a win. What was that score against Foreman?
I want to say, I know defense gave up 6 points. I want to say it was like 43-6, something like that.
You knew how much the defense let up, though.
Yes, sir. Because I was extremely upset on that 6 points. I didn't want them to go. Just try to shut guys out, keep everything in front of us. That's what we do, play Dragon Ball.
Yeah. So before we dig too much further into the game, though, Coach, maybe not everybody watching right now knows who you are, knows how you've come up through the community. So can you just tell me a little bit more about how you got involved in the game of football and where that's led you and how it brought you back where you are?
I got involved in the game of football third grade in Junction City. PE with Coach Carpenter. Coach Carpenter kind of took me on his wing. Ever since then, I was a water boy. I started off as a towel boy, standing beside him, listening to everything he do, just how he operate, just coming up under him. You know, he kept me up under his wing all the way up until I left Junction, and I'm still kind of under his wing. I talk to him. I try to at least go over there and talk to him once a week. You know, hey, Coach, what you think about this? You know, just great shout out to Coach Carpenter, David Carpenter down in Junction City.
Man, some of the stories, you can't believe every story you've heard about Coach Carpenter, but you can believe some of them.
Yeah, he was a great man, dude.
I've heard so many great stories and so many maybe don't make him angry stories.
Yeah.
But Coach, so that win, 43-6 over Foreman, that moves you guys to 3-1 overall, 1-0 in conference, correct?
Yes, sir. Man, just I know everybody caught up on 3-1, 1-0, stuff like that, but with me and coaching staff down there, Coach Ball and the guys that we bring in every day to work them, you know, it's day to day. We ain't looking forward. We staying on task. Like yesterday was offense, today was defense, and we know what to expect.
Okay, I like that answer. And so you held them to 6 points, and you said that you were upset with those 6 points. But obviously, to hold a team to 6 points throughout a whole game is quite a feat. So tell me just what did your defense do so well?
It starts through the week, repping things, repping what they do, repping what they're going to go to, what you think they're going to do. You know, just keeping everything in front of us. Got guys reading their keys, flying around, you know, sideline to sideline, just, you know, playing Dragon Ball like we do.
Playing Dragon Ball. And how did your offense go about scoring the 40? What did all 43 points come from the offense?
Yes, it did. Because I want to say that game maybe we had 3 turnovers, but we had 15 TFLs, and just getting them behind the chains and just getting them in on third down, getting them off the field, getting those guys off the field, giving Coach Morpheus and his offense the ball back, and that's what we're trying to thrive on week to week. We're just trying to give him the ball back because we know he can put it in the end zone.
You know, and that's one of the huge key things is when an offense and a defense trust each other, it makes going through the game a little bit more bearable from the player's perspective. Even just hearing how trusting your offense to go out there and be able to score if you do make a mistake almost boost your confidence and helps you to keep from making those mistakes.
Right.
And vice versa.
That's one thing we don't want to do on defense. We don't want to make mistakes because we rep it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just like today, I was just hard on guys about different stuff that Mineral Springs do, and we're going to rep it and rep it and rep it. And then it'll show on Friday.
Yeah. And what else this week are you guys looking at improving on as you go into this game against Mineral Springs?
Doing everything right so we can have fun with our young guys you know, just trying to get young guys great work. Because, hey, who to say we never know if we're going to have to use a young guy or a guy that's kind of on the fence, kind of guy that really don't know. We're just trying to get those guys in the game, you know, so we can evaluate those guys and move on.
Yeah, you never want to leave good talent on the sideline. So if you can get them in, no matter if it's special teams, you get them in. Maybe in the second half if you've got a good lead, or just finding a way to squeeze them in, especially in high school sports. It's a good way to retain those athletes and get them to want to get better. So yep. I think that's fantastic. So, Coach, when we come back from our break, we'll talk a little bit about the upcoming game against Mineral Springs, but we're going to take a quick word at SouthArkansasNow.com.
Yeah.
Buying this boat was a total no-brainer.
Okay, I get it. You say no-brainer and the guy with no brain shows up?
I'm sorry, we meant our new boat.
For a new boat? You don't call me. You call State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is...
There?
I was going to say that.
He's right. Your State Farm agent can help you choose the right coverage for your new boat and your RV. It's kind of a no-brainer. Easy decision.
All right.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
With a name you trust, you can count on us. Glen Mechanical, plumbing, heating, and air.
For over 6 decades, Glen Mechanical has been specializing in HVAC, plumbing, and all mechanical jobs. 3 generations, family-owned and operated since 1956. Glen Mechanical's business is based on relationships. They support and give back to the communities they work in. Contact them for all of your HVAC, plumbing, and mechanical needs. GlenMechanical.com.
Welcome back to Fifth and Goal, hosted here live at Mystic Creek every Tuesday at 6 p.m. We're here in the Mystic Creek Grill, and really quick, I just want to point out again what a beautiful background for the show, and you're not going to get another view like this anywhere in South Arkansas. Come check out Mystic Grill. And I'm sitting here with Coach Byron Jones, Junction City defensive coordinator. Coach, you've got a game this Friday where you guys are going to be facing off against Mineral Springs.
Yes, sir.
And I know as coaches, you guys never want to talk about the other team's record to your players, but for the fans at home, this is an 0-4 Mineral Springs team, and their closest loss was 18-6 loss against Spring Hill, Arkansas, and they've been on the receiving end of a couple of pretty bad blows, 61-0 against Bismarck and 51-0 against Fordyce, which are both really good football teams. I don't want to discount Mineral Springs at all. Those are 2 pretty good football teams. But what are you guys looking at and focusing
just emphasizing to our guys that they are very athletic. They got some big guys up front. They block real well. They got a great quarterback. He do what he do. You know, we just on my end and my defensive end, just making sure my guys is in the right place as possible. You know, reading their keys, doing what they're doing, trusting what they're coached to do, you know, and just doing our thing, playing Dragon Ball. I know a lot of people are like, what is Dragon Ball? Dragon Ball is taking the ball away, first, second down, taking the ball, just making it hard on teams, making it hard on taking away what they love to do, you know.
Yeah. I remember hearing my dad say one time when I was much younger and he was helping cover a Junction City game that you made people afraid to carry the football. And is that what you're trying to exemplify through your guys?
That's what we're trying to get it back in Junction, and it's back rolling, you know, just taking the ball away from offenses, just taking it. Be greedy. You know, we got to be greedy on defense. Just got to be greedy. I was just explaining to a couple of my guys earlier, we got to be greedy. We got to step. We got to do what we do. We got to be greedy. Take the ball back and give it to Coach Morphus in the offense, you know.
Yeah. And when Mineral Springs is on offense, you said that they have a really athletic quarterback, some other.
They got a great tight end, number 12. He blocked real well. They got some receivers. Coach love to throw them screens, you know. Just try to, athletic team, you know, is no telling when they can pop one. So
right.
we just got to be on edge. We just got to do what we do, like take the ball from them. Like that's our main objective is getting the offense back the ball, winning our down, winning first down, winning second down, winning third down, winning fourth down. You know, I see a lot of teams starting to go for it on fourth down. So just win every down and get the ball back to the offense. We got to be stingy on defense. Stingy.
Yeah, I like it. And when Junction City is going to be on offense this Friday, who are the players that we should keep our eyes on your offense going against the Mineral Springs defense?
The O-line, the whole offense.
The whole offense.
Hey,
gonna light it up?
You know, that's for Coach Morphus to decide, but I'm pretty sure he will. But just doing what he do. You done seen it the last couple of games. He know what he's doing. Matter of fact, I'm learning offense from him right now. You know, I just kind of sit back and watch him, ask him this, pick his brain on different stuff, and I'm learning too, learning new stuff. So
Yeah, in my conversation with him last week, it seemed like he really had just a high IQ understanding of the game, and I feel like he should be a chess player just in the way that he talks about countering.
He do have a high IQ, even on defense. There's some stuff that I done talked to him about on defense. He'd be like, "Hey, coach, hey, look at this, look at that," you know. And I do the same thing when he's on offense. I ask him different stuff, and I mean, even I pick all their brains because I mean we sit in the coach's office and just pick each other's brains, you know, try to get better day in and day out.
And where is this game Friday?
In Junction City.
It's in Junction City. You hear that, everybody? This game is in Junction City. That means you need to be there. Watch them face off against Mineral Springs. Coach, is there anything else that you want to say before we go to another break and you go out for the night?
Go Dragons.
Go Dragons.
Yes, sir.
Do what we do. Go Dragons.
Do what we do. Play Dragon Ball. You know, win every down on offense. Win defense. Win special teams. Win on all aspects of the game. We gotta win. You know, that's what we're looking for. Getting the dub on Friday.
All right. Well, if you need me to grab my helmet and shoulder pads, you just let me know.
You don't need helmet and shoulder pads to be a water boy. I'm pretty sure Coach Ball can bring you a towel, you know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, we'll be right back at SouthArkansasNow.com.
Non-stop phone calls, registered mail, repossessions, or threats of lawsuits from creditors, and it seems like no one is willing to let you hit pause and just catch your breath. You need the help of Robert Rushing and the Rushing Law Firm. Bankruptcy is not the end. It can be a chance for a fresh start. The Rushing Law Firm goes to work for you, letting you hit that pause button and start over. Call the Rushing Law Firm today at 870-875-2940 or stop by the office at 725 Northwest Avenue in El Dorado. The Rushing Law Firm. Hitting a buck to hang on the wall rarely happens by accident. It starts with preparation, takes some skill, and often even a little luck. Country Village Sporting Goods is your headquarters for all three. Right now, check out a brand new shipment of feeders, so new that they're still pulling them out of the boxes. A huge selection of lacrosse boots and plenty of warm weather camo for that early season hunt. And of course, bow hunters can't go wrong with the sales and service at Country Village Sporting Goods, 965 Smackover Highway in El Dorado.
Need equipment for your next job? Don't settle for the traditional rental experience.
The rental experience with Equipment Share is a great experience. We rent everything from dozers to skid loaders, mini excavators, even smaller hand tools. They've always got what we need. They're timely. The billing is quick and accurate. The guys are able to set it up. They do it through their phone. I love Equipment Share. Renting with Equipment Share is not like any other company out there. It's 1,000 times better.
Serving South Arkansas for 25 years, and all the while expanding and growing throughout the state. ProMed Ambulance is proving their motto of world-class care and hometown values. For example, their new mobile integrated healthcare communication center. This state-of-the-art facility allows communication specialists to work directly with local 911 call centers to ensure the closest medical team is always dispatched to any emergency. World-class care and hometown values. For more information and career opportunities, go to ProMedAmbulance.com.
And welcome back to 5th and Goal at Mystic Creek. And really quick, guys, I just want to say thank you again. And I know I say it a lot, but thank you again to our friends over here at Mystic Creek and the Mystic Grill. Phenomenal food, phenomenal service. If you haven't played golf out here, it's amazing. Check out Mystic Creek. And I've got Coach Jonathan Hicks, the Parker's Chapel head coach here with us. And Coach, really quick, before we get started talking about the games and everything, last week you weren't able to make it. You had some situations, and I don't, know how comfortable you are sharing that. But we did let the people at home know that you had something, an emergency situation going on, and to keep everybody around you in your thoughts and in their prayers. And just want to make sure is everything okay?
Oh yeah, everything is safe now. For everybody, it was a house fire next to our house, and we just had to make sure everything was okay with our house. I mean, everything was good, and everything was taken care of. Thankfully, El Dorado Fire Department responded immediately because we live in the middle of town, so everything was safe. Everything was good. I even got to ask a couple questions about how they twirl the hose when they water off the fire. But everything was good. Thank you for asking. Thank you for keeping me praised.
Yeah, it's funny the simple things that can intrigue the male mind.
Oh,
How do you spin up that hose?
Yeah, I was like, is that a real technique or you just doing that for fun? Like, it was just like, oh, all right, I didn't know.
Yeah, and so let's talk a little football, Coach. And so went to Bismarck.
No.
Bismarck came to you guys.
Yep.
And now this is a pretty good Bismarck team. They only have one loss so far this season, and it's to an undefeated Mansfield team. And Mansfield is undefeated, and that loss for Bismarck actually came in overtime against Mansfield. So I mean, we're talking about a pretty stout Bismarck team. That will actually face off against Smackover this Thursday in Smackover. It's going to be a little bit different this week, and that's actually why we don't have Coach Harrison this week with us, is because he's got games tonight for his younger guys, and so Thursday night, be prepared to catch Smackover versus Bismarck at Bismarck. And Coach, so the score wound up being 48-0. But what are some of the things that your guys might have done well or might have improved on over the last several weeks?
Yep. Overall, we played hard against Bismarck. I mean, I feel like it's like 48-0. Like, you play hard. Well, it could have been 60-0. I mean, you get film and they put 61 on Mineral, and they have a pretty athletic team. So you kind of look like, all right, so how do we go in this game and develop a winning game plan? So overall, our guys played hard. They were just athletic, and with our guys, I think it was more of a learning experience for the rest of the season on handling athletic guys that are strong. I mean, Coach Keithley been there since 2017, so this senior class is his first class and has came through from Bismarck from 7th grade all the way to seniors now.
So this is his first group of his guys.
Yeah, so his seniors. So, I mean, yes, they're going to be strong because Coach Keithley is strong on performance-based, athletic-based, pretty much the science of getting guys bigger, faster, stronger.
Yeah, and actually that's what I have my degree in. My degree is in exercise science, and I was one class away from minoring in nutrition. But I didn't want to take that one class, so I didn't minor in nutrition.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I believe you. I believe you in that. You know, the guys played well, and there are a lot of people who would say, okay, but the scoreboard doesn't reflect that. But when you're talking, I mean, again, this is a very, very good Bismarck team.
Yeah.
High-powered offense, a very strong defense, and I've actually went through and watched some of their film, just looking back at y'all's game and some other games, and then also preparing for what I would talk about with with Coach Harrison from Smackover, and I mean, they're just a physical, strong team that has actually been pretty disciplined from my understanding of the penalty stats that were available. So yeah, I agree. The scoreboard doesn't reflect the effort that your guys played with.
Yeah.
And again, this is the Parker Chapel's second year back to having 11 man. Yeah. So, and you said that you learned a little bit more, that your guys maybe took this as a learning experience to how to handle guys that might be bigger, faster, stronger, maybe more athletic. And when we're talking about the Parker's Chapel team, how many seniors do you have?
Overall, let me count in my head, 5.
5. Okay, so you're talking about a team with 5 seniors, and then how many more juniors? Just rough number. You don't have to count.
We're double digits in juniors, probably 12 or 14.
Okay. So, I mean, you're talking about a team where there's 22 spots between both sides of the football, not counting special teams.
Yeah.
And however many of them are going to be sophomores or juniors.
So yeah.
And so I think what you're doing is the right thing, and I think that you just keep focusing on having your guys play the game right, get stronger, get faster, and play it at a higher IQ, and you guys are going to make a turnaround. And so what kind of mentality do you as a coaching staff, or maybe even the players as well, have so far into the season, knowing that it's been a struggle so far, but there's still plenty of football to be played?
I told my guys, welcome to the playoffs. It's just so happened our playoffs gets to be a quadruple elimination. I mean, you lose 4, you pretty much out the playoffs. So we're in the playoffs, and we win 3, we make the playoffs. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you still got to look at the schedule and say, all right, let's get 3 of these. I want every single one, but let's get 3 of these, and let's start with the next week. And this week is Centerpoint.
This coming week is Centerpoint, and we're actually gonna talk about the game against Centerpoint after a quick break here at SouthArkansasNow.com.
You're tough, determined to take challenges head on. But when cancer strikes, you'll need more than strength. You'll need the right care. We provide the tools you need to fight, and the compassionate care you need to keep going. Every step of the way.
Hey, Coach, when I cut to break after.
We're with you.
When it comes to your family's financial future, peace of mind matters. At Harrison Financial Management, they are right here to help you plan, grow, and protect what matters most. Whether you're planning for retirement, investing wisely, or securing your family's future, they will guide you every step of the way. Harrison Financial Management. Your future, their commitment.
And welcome back to Fifth and Goal, hosted here live at Mystic Creek. And Coach Hicks, Parker's Chapel is going to face off against a 2-2 Centerpoint team at Centerpoint this Friday. And Centerpoint is close up to by Hot Springs, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And now this Centerpoint team, they lost to Fountain Lake earlier this season, and we saw that Fountain Lake also lost to Smackover earlier this season. So we've now doesn't always translate like that in football, but have you been able to gather some really good film from those two games?
We got the Spring Hill game. Fountain Lake is fast. So that's that game does not matter to us. So overall though, Spring Hill game a good fight. They lost a close. Spring Hill lost a close one, but overall, related to us, they looked like the same team that they were last year. Overall, just lost a couple of dudes. They had a Harding commit on there last year, and they had a really big physical running back last year. And, last year I would put them top 3 in our conference for the most physical, if not 2. Bismarck would probably be right there before them last year being physical. So we know what they are. They're similar to us in frame and build. The only difference is that they've had their coach longer, and I've been here for 2 years. But other than that, we're looking for a physical game and a close one.
A physical close game. We're just talking about smash mouth football.
Yeah, we're not lighting up the scoreboards. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 18-20 at the end of this game.
Okay.
Parker's Chapel for the win, obviously.
Right. Of course. And so, Coach, you said that you said that you don't really expect it to be too high of a scoring of a game, but what can the fans traveling to Center Point to come watch you guys play, what can they expect to see from the Center Point offense?
They pass it more than I thought they would this year. So they got a really good quarterback at number 3. Not quite the athlete number 7 was for Bismarck, but he is a good little runner, and he can and he gets it to his spots. I'm not necessarily saying he's placing it in the bucket, but if it's a spot that it needs to be thrown to, he'll place it in that spot.
And how do they size up on the line?
I think they're about the same size as us. Offensive line wise, they got a really tall, physical number 50. Defensive line wise, they got a number 0 that's a really good defensive end, and I can tell when he puts his shoulder in you can feel it.
Oh, yeah. And now vice versa, when the Trojans are on offense and Center Point Knights, right?
Yes.
The Center Point Knights are on defense. What can the fans at the game expect to see from the Center Point defense?
Really just a base defense, bare front, and cover 4. They not trying to let anything get past them. They trying to keep everything in front and rally and tackle. And that won't really be an issue because we're getting back to our roots that we were this summer and back to our smash mouth football that we kind of left because it was a Bismarck in front of us, and we just need to get back to it and kind of force it on people and take people's wheel in games.
That's right. You just want to crush your opponent till they don't be out there anymore. And so the game is going to be at Center Point on Friday. And is there anything special? Is there anything special that you're hoping to see out of your guys this game, or maybe out of your coaching staff even?
Just stick to our basics. We'll do everything we taught. Stick to. Don't think this is what I'm supposed to do. Stick to everything that you were coached to do. And as coaches, stick to everything that we trust in our game plan, and we go out here and get our first win on the season.
Yeah, and you'll hear the really high-level talk about getting into that flow state where their body just knows what to do. So trying to get your guy that mentality, I think, is going to make a huge difference for y'all when it comes to win-loss column looks like.
Yeah. Guys are still in at practice. Practice is great. I mean, I wouldn't rather around any other guys that we have right now. So we have it in us, and I know we can do it, and it's a matter of when, not if.
Love it. Anything else you want to say to the community before we go to a break, Coach? Go Trojans. All right, we'll be right back at south.com.
Every gift tells a story, and at Especially For You, they help you make it unforgettable. Birthdays, wedding showers, baby showers, graduations are just because. Especially For You creates one-of-a-kind gifts made to touch the heart. Anyone can buy a gift card, but the best gifts aren't bought. They're made at Especially For You. Stop by and visit Especially For You and find the perfect gift for life's special moments. For nearly 50 years, South Arkansas floors have been covered by El Dorado Custom Carpets. And not just carpets, but true hardwood, laminate, stone, porcelain, ceramic, marble, and more. And guess what? It doesn't end with just floors. El Dorado Custom Carpets carries a tremendous selection of backsplash, wall tile, and area rugs. The truth of the matter is, one commercial can't come close to telling you everything you can find at El Dorado Custom Carpets, 1601 East Main Street in El Dorado. Call 870-862-4945. As the summer growing season begins to slow down, you can still find plenty of homegrown fruits and vegetables at Davis Farms Country Market. Plus, a new shipment of baked goods just hit the shelf. And if you've ever wanted to know the difference between the meat from the big chain stores and locally grown Davis Double D Farms beef, you have to check it out. You'll be amazed, and you may never buy grocery store beef again. All of this and more at Davis Farms Country Market, 4523 Junction City Highway, or call 870-639-1323.
If you born and raised in Arkansas, make some noise right now. You got
What an amazing place they've built right here in your town.
All right, welcome back to Fifth and Goal. I'm Jax Sanford. We're here live at Mystic Creek. I've got the wide receivers coach for the El Dorado Wildcats, Coach Cole Jackson.
Yes, sir.
Coach, it's a pleasure to meet you. Glad to have you on this week. And first, a bit about who you are. One, where are you from?
Hey, so I'm Kingsland, Georgia. Pre-coach's kid my whole life. Just basically raised in the field house, you know. So I fell in love with it growing up and played all growing up, high school. Straight as soon as I graduated high school, I started coaching with my dad. Started off in Crossett, Arkansas, then went all over the Nashville, Arkansas, and now I'm blessed to be here.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome, man. And I promise he's not going to see this.
Yeah.
What's it like working for Coach Hill?
Hey, man, it's a blessing. Seriously, he's a top tier. I couldn't feel more blessed. You know, if I'm not going to work under my dad, it's going to be Coach Hill. Like, you know, he's right there.
I mean, that's a pretty big compliment.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big compliment.
I feel like I'm at home with him. You know, he takes care of the guys, takes care of the players. He's a real good dude. You know.
That's awesome to hear, and I've just enjoyed every conversation that I've had with him.
Yes.
And when it comes to his philosophy surrounding football, he and I like.
Yeah.
And so, of course, I'm gonna that. And so, you kind of bounced around with a couple of coaching opportunities all over. Now you're here, and you're real happy under Coach Hill. And tell me about being a wide receivers coach. I mean, just you play wide receiver.
Yes, sir. Yeah. You know, just fundamentals right now. You know, we need to get good at the basics. You know, how you do small things is how you do all things. You know, we got to come off the ball hard. We got to be able to get into a balanced stance, break down, block. You know, just the basics.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't overlook the little things. Just focus on our job, one play at a time. Just focus on your job.
That's good. And so let's go ahead and talk about what happened this past Friday night. In that the Wildcats got a win, 49-31 over the Little Rock Catholic Rockets. And now, if you were watching the stream at home Friday night, I apologize at times that Little Rock Catholic Rockets got me tongue-tied. You say it 7 times real fast. And, and so, Coach, man, one, how about that post route?
Hey, thank you. Yes. Yeah. Hey, he did a great job just catching it, pinkies together, mentals looking in. I thought he was going to score a touchdown. When he brought it back, I was like, ooh. I had to mess with him when he got to the sideline, but really just a great play, a great player, great kid.
Yeah,
I'm proud of him.
And who was that again?
That's Bronson Brock.
That's
and
right.
he's
Bronson
actually
Brock.
a first-year player. He's a basketball player.
Oh, really?
Yes, and he's made leaps and bounds. I mean, when I started with him, he didn't know many fundamentals, and he has just grown into a great receiver. I'm looking forward to being with him the rest of the season.
Yeah, what class is he in?
He's a senior.
He's a senior. First-year football player as a senior comes in and starts making an impact.
Yes.
And, that's one of the big things that high school coaches all around the country talk about is getting your best athletes on the football team.
Definitely.
And so it sounds like he's quite an athlete, especially if he's learning and making leaps and bounds in a sport in his first year.
For sure. And I like, as a receivers coach, him having a background in basketball. That's his main sport.
Mm-hmm.
So I love seeing him going up and high pointing the ball and coming down with it. He's got talent.
He's got talent. And now tell me a little bit more about just how you're able to have guys like Paxton Strong so heavily involved in the passing game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we line up packages, have him, at the H-back kind of, he'll come across and block sometimes, and we can get him open in the flats. He does a great job of just getting open, making plays. We got to get the ball in people's hands like him,
Yeah. And so I actually said Friday in our keys to the game, before the game, to the people at home watching, not to be surprised if we saw the Wildcats run a post route or a go on one side of the ball, and then on the other side of the field have the other receiver either running an in, a drag, or a slant
for sure
to pull somebody in down low. And I have to admit, kind of proud of myself because I saw it. I saw you do it a few times Friday night, and it especially on one play worked really, really well.
For sure. And when you can establish the run game like we did, we ran buck sweep majority, and we established that on the outside. And when you can do something like that so forceful, that's going to open up. We got to be able to run the ball first. That's our identity. We're going to establish the run that opens the pass.
And now one thing that I want to brag on you about is how often and how well I see your wide receivers blocking, either for the run or for the screens. Your wide receivers have done a phenomenal job so far this season in doing so, and you'll hear every coach at the next level say, wide receiver won't play for me if they can't block.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My position group, I think we take a lot of pride in being able to do what we do best, and that is blocking. We got to be able to, because really the wide receiver position is the extension of the offensive line. I mean, yeah, the O-line is the most important part, getting that 5 to 10 yard run. But if you want a touchdown run, you have to have perimeter blocking. I tell them all the time, y'all are the touchdown block. Mm-hmm. Cannon Jacobs had an 80-yard run. We got to seal that perimeter block. He might score. So we do a great job of that. But those are touchdown blocks, and we got to stress that in practice.
Yeah. Speaking of Cannon Jacobs, man,
yeah, what a game!
What a game! I didn't write his stats down on this sheet of paper, but I know it was like 7 for 11 on passing attempts or close to that.
Yes, he had a great game.
And he had just a caboodle of rushing
yards.
And even at one point during the game, it got a little chippy between the Catholic sideline.
It sure did on the far sideline.
And that's where we were set up. I was looking down directly on it. They were holding on to Cannon, not letting go of him. And all of a sudden, you just see a big crowd of big purple guys. Standing on that Catholic sideline, ready. And I think Cannon did a phenomenal job of diffusing the situation.
Yes.
And getting all of the Wildcats away from the Catholic sideline before any yellow flags started flying.
This team is such a brotherhood, and I love that about us. They're going to take care of each other. They're going to make sure he's okay. I was proud of them for that.
Yeah.
Without also causing other troubles, no post-snap penalties. We don't want that. We suffered from that a couple times, but so far we've been doing pretty good limiting those.
Yeah, and overall, other than a couple of late penalties and one ticky-tacky call. One ticky-tacky call. The Wildcats were very disciplined on defense. I think the total was 90 yards of penalties on like 7 penalties. But if you take away the one ticky-tacky call and one of the late game tired mistakes that happened, I mean you're only looking at 55, 60 yards of penalties. And Catholic was right there at about the same.
Right.
So pretty disciplined team. However, the Wildcats, I believe, were able to pull off the win because they were the more physical team.
We don't have many penalties. Coach Hill, once again, does a great job of coaching that in practice, stressing the small things. No pre-snap or post-snap penalties. Don't hurt ourselves. We have to focus on ourselves. I always believe in our team. Very rarely do I think that we're going to go in and just, it's us against us. Are we going to do our things right? Like I said earlier, small things are all things. Do our things, and everything will play out.
And what are maybe some of the things that the coaching staff or even you has really wanted to focus on this week in practice as you get ready to face Marion?
Hey, teach toughness. We got to be tough out there. We got to do what we do best, and we got to be tough about it. You can't go in there scared or anything. You're tough. You got to go win. You got to go win. No excuses.
Okay. So, Coach, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk about this upcoming game against Marion. We'll be right back at SouthArkansasNow.com.
When it comes to protecting your home or business, trust the name that's been serving South Arkansas for 3 generations, Cross Roofing and Sheet Metal. From residential roofs to large commercial projects, the experienced team at Cross delivers quality you can see and reliability you can count on. Cross Roofing and Sheet Metal, built on trust, proven by results. Call Cross Roofing today. Put a solid future over your head.
Derek Henry.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. I saved so much bundling, it inspired my workout. Auto! Home!
Okay. And this is Auto again, right?
Auto!
Hey, this is my living room.
Home!
Bundling, just another way to save with the personal price plan.
The dog isn't allowed on the couch, Derek.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
In the case most weeks. And welcome back to 5th and Goal here at Mystic Creek. Guys, I want to say really quick, if you haven't already gotten your tickets for Ashley McBride on Thursday, October 2nd, you guys are missing out. I actually got to stand front row. Here's me. Here's the pit. And I'm front row, Ashley McBride, Hunter Hayes, Brad Paisley, all at the Murphy Arts District Amphitheater. It's a phenomenal venue, and I believe that Ashley McBride is actually going to be in the First Financial Hall. I don't know that. Don't quote me on that. I can't remember. But either way, Murphy Arts District, great venue, great shows, and Ashley McBride, other than being my future wife, I wouldn't mind going to another show of hers.
Oh, for sure.
Great singer. And so, Coach Jackson, again, wide receivers coach for the El Dorado Wildcats. This coming week, you're looking to face off against Marion.
Yes, sir.
And I haven't just seen anything that pokes out really big at me from Marion, but I'm also not a coach, and I don't have that mentality and those eyes. So kind of tell me what you guys are looking at.
Yeah, they've got some ball players up front. They've shown a couple different looks. Against Conway, they kind of ran a 4-3. And then they've kind of ran odd against other teams, and I'm not sure what they're going to run. I would assume that they'd have to stack the box against us. So we're preparing for that, and we're going to have to run up front. We're going to have to move them, and as receivers goes, we're going to have to be able to be physical out there on the perimeter.
Yeah, and it also helps when you have somebody running the ball like
J.J. Samuel. Yeah. What a stud, huh?
I was just every week I just get blown away by him and Ja'Cory Lumsey. Those two guys. I talk a lot about them. Even when I'm not doing color commentary, I'm blown away by how good, how physical, and just how tough they play the game of football.
JJ breaks tackles like no other. I haven't seen it. It's crazy. And hey, Lumsey, he can fill the gap like no other either. If he's in that gap with you, good luck.
Yeah. And he had a birthday last week. He's 8, so he's out there playing grown man. Against some of these high school kids.
Yeah.
And I told Carter, my partner on the broadcast, there is no way you could get me to line up against Ja'Cory Lumsey. No chance. I'm a grown man. So is he.
Yeah.
So is he.
So is he. Man.
So is he. And so, okay, tell me a little bit. So you said that they'll probably stack the box.
I would have to assume. We're preparing for that.
So what can we as fans expect to see from their offense and what their offensive weapons?
Now their offense, they have a lot of cool formations. I'm assuming that they're going to throw stuff at us that we can't really prepare for. We have seen a couple of games where they go 5 wide to the right. All 5, like a Cinco package. They'll do things like have a quads package right here and pull all of them and have it like a super counter type thing. Just stuff you can't prepare for. So I think there's going to be some really cool things that they bring to the table, and we got to be prepared for it.
Yeah, it's always fun to play against those maybe not fun's the word we'll use. It's always fun to play against those teams that have those kinds of things because at the end of the day, you see what worked well against you,
right.
And maybe that translated to you using it against somebody like Sylvan Hills or Bent,
right,
and it just completely catches them off guard.
We have to player key to, like number 7 for them is a great football player. Number 4 for them is a great football player. My saying is don't ever let a star be a star. Try to take away from them as much as possible. Don't give them as many opportunities. We have to win the special teams battle. Like last week, we won the special teams battle. We got a kickoff return. We recovered it. A kickoff. We recovered it for ourselves, and then had a kickoff return touchdown. I mean, just totally won the special teams battle. We got to bring that every week too. That's a big part of the game. So.
And when you talk about vacuuming out the air of the fan section, that kickoff for the touchdown, it didn't seal the game, but it definitely turned the vacuum on.
It hurts to see a kickoff return ran all the way back.
And so again, you guys won 49-31 against Little Rock Catholic. What are you guys expecting to be able to do on defense to maybe hold Marion to a lower score?
Just we have to focus on what we do best. We're going to tighten up some coverages. We're going to look at what we can do to fill in some holes, and we're going to do our best to stop them.
Yeah, that's great.
Everybody
just does their job.
We have to stick to our keys. If I have a deep third, I'm not going to come upfield. That's my deep third. Simple as that. We have to stick to what we do best, and that is, we have to practice what we do, and we have to execute in the game. No game slippage, So, and that's part of learning. These kids, they're still growing and learning, and I think we'll do a much better job this week. But it's gonna be a heck of a game. It's gonna be a great game.
Yeah, and last question before I let you go: Does their defense keep a lot of 1 or 2 guys high most of the time, or do they? Do they do just a genuinely great job of just switching up the looks?
They like to keep a 1 high for sure. They will switch it up on the outside a little bit, but for the most part, they keep a balanced defense. So pretty much 1 high, cover 3. A lot. We're going to see a lot of cover 3. They might be able to hide it with rolling a linebacker down or something, but we'll be prepared.
Okay. Man, that's awesome. And Cannon's been getting some looks at seeing things like that?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's all we did today, scout team defense. Yep.
Sure. So, awesome. Coach, do you have anything else you want to say before we let you go?
I would love to see as many community members show up to our games, man. Go Cats.
Man, show up Friday night in Marion. I'll be there. I'd love to see you there, and Coach would too. So, with that being said, everybody have a great rest of your night. I'm Jax Sanford, South Arkansas Now. Good night.